Morning, guys. It's Prometheus Gauntlet. Um, I'm not feeling too well. The diabetes is really burning my feet. I came home from work and I had 2 egg tacos with some onion and some green pepper in there, and some fake chorizo. It's not even real chorizo; it's fake. It's that vegetarian chorizo, which is just peppers with some fake meat mixed in. Although personally, I think it's really close to the real thing. Um, Basically, I couldn't sleep with the pain, and I didn't want to take any medicine. I didn't want to take any pain relief, and I just stayed up and I couldn't sleep. I got this idea for lightsaber, and I ordered the parts for it. I got some basic saber parts coming in, and I got some other stuff coming in to try to mess around with it because I like to get all scientific and stuff. But yeah, I'm still working on my saber. I have a couple of ideas. I may not do a curved saber anymore. I may. I think I put it away over there. Let me show it to you. Let me show you what I got. But I think this is just going to be a dumb prop, and it's not complete or anything. Let me show you. Let's see if I can. There we go. You see it? It's just PVC right now. I might just make it a prop, something I can carry around if I need to. It looks too much like a gun. That's why it feels so good in my hand. It feels so good in my hand. You see? That's all. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. So when I had the energy, I was working on it and trying to get it done. But I think I'm going to wind up going for a straight saber because I ordered the internal parts. It has the LED, the battery, the sound. Everything's ready to go. You just have to put it in a saber. So I'm probably going to put it in one of the straight sabers. One that I was working on before. So this thing right here. This is part of it. Yeah. Anyhow, it's 5:57 in the morning. I didn't get much sleep last night. After I ate, even though I was in pain, I conked out a little bit. But that was it. It looks like the diabetes is winning. But hell, if I'm gonna let it win easy, that motherfucking diabetes, I'll tell you, that son of a bitch. Burning my feet. No. Yeah. If I tend to find the wrong kind of people. I tend to find people that are arrogant, they're knowledgeable, but at the same time they're kind of useless. People that seem to have a lot of potential, but ultimately the only thing they give a shit about is themselves. I found people that were selfish and cruel, and they would make good Sith. They're just not murderous. They're the type of people that they point a finger at white people, or they point a finger at the Jews, or they point a finger at anything else other than themselves. And it's their problem. They did this. The beast. It's like, I have diabetes because I abused my body for years. I abused my body for years because I was eating to feel good about myself. Because somebody, namely my mother and other people that I thought were friends, would always put me down. So I would stuff my face until I felt good. You see what I'm saying? You can eat because you're hungry. You can eat to feel good. You can eat out of compulsion because you got used to just grabbing and eating. There's different reasons why you eat, and none of my reasons were good. I just had 3 slices, not slices, but chunks of pineapple because I just got hungry. But it's inconsequential compared to the stuff I had before. I had too much too quickly, and this body couldn't even handle 3 slices of pizza, much less, what I made. I didn't know that tortillas had that much wheat in them. I thought they were pure corn, and they're not. They're mixed. So, anyway, live and learn. Moving on. I massaged my feet. They're still inflamed. I might have to go to the hospital. I don't want to. I hate doctors and all that shit. But either way, I have a certain outlet, and I have a certain way of thinking. Anyhow, I'm gonna rest. I don't have to get into work till 10:30. So what I'm gonna do is just rest my body, rest my eyes after I'm done with this video, and just take it easy for a while, and not worry about a goddamn thing. Life goes on. Even if I lose my toes or whatever, life goes on. I'm not gonna let this fucking thing win. I'm not gonna let it win. I'm done letting these fucking things win. I'm not gonna let any of this shit get to me anymore. I don't care. Matter of fact, I might even take some aspirin just to dull the pain enough to get some sleep. But either way, I wanted to talk about other things besides that, since I can't sleep really much now. And my neighbor's running around upstairs. I think he just got up, so he's making a bunch of racket. There's certain people I subscribe to, There's certain people I subscribe to that I thought had potential, all kinds of people here. Kimberly Bunch. I don't know if you can see this. Summershine. All kinds of people that have esoteric knowledge. The 13th Sun, Self Fluid. I just was on Self Fluids. Self Fluid had a live thing, and I went on there and I asked him. I said, why is that unholy one, that the negative archon, why is he made up of etheric nanotechnology? Because I know from a fact, from experience, that's what that motherfucker is made out of. Okay? And Self Fluid did not answer the question. And I started thinking about that. I said, why wouldn't he answer the question? And he keeps going on and on about all this other shit. And then he does answer a few questions, but he keeps talking about this irrelevant fucking shit. And I think the perspective, because you have to remember what the 13th Sun taught you, and remember his perspective and how he thought of people down here. This place might as well be a fucking video game like World of Warcraft to the gods. This place might as well be a chess set, and that's it. And they're not going to see you as a fucking thing else. As far as I can tell, they're all full of shit. They're just full of shit people, just like everybody else I ever met in my life. There's nothing special about them. Yeah, they have a higher awareness. Some have abilities. Some have knowledge. Some may have access to ancestral knowledge. Fine. Doesn't make them good people. Doesn't make them decent people. Talking about virtues, like the 13th Sun would talk about virtues, and then he'd turn around and say some bad shit about somebody, or do some bad shit. Or talk about he used to do this, he used to do that. You just get tired of these fucking people, all these people, because you realize, there's no way these people are serious about a goddamn thing. There's no way. They cannot be fucking serious. So I came to realize that since nobody's serious, these people aren't doing anything. Even Cell Fluid's like, their community's all online. Well, yeah, because they're poor. They're paying rent. They're going to jobs. Nobody with the knowledge has freed them. Even Cell Fluid drives a truck to get around. Obviously, that's what he does for a living. But anyway, I asked him, I said, in that live thing we had, I said, why did you call the 13th son of an agent? And he goes, because you're an agent. It's like, the fuck am I an agent of, shithead? I'm like, agent of myself. I used to be an agent of the Most High Gods until I saw through that bullshit and got out of that energy and started coming into my own energy, into myself, which is what I was instructed to do by the 13. But 13's an agent, I'm an agent. Apparently everybody's a fucking agent except Cell Fluid. And I think that's why this whole Moorish, black, whatever the fuck you want to call it, movement never got anywhere. They're so busy wasting their energy pointing fingers at the white man, the Caucasoid. The Caucasoid. It's like cockroach. Caucasoid. I don't like some white people either. I don't even like the fact that I'm white sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but sometimes, I look in the mirror and I'm like, God damn, why didn't I pick another character? Shit. What the fuck? Maybe there were no characters available. I don't know. But, that's just the way it is down here. These people, they're people that call themselves angels, enlightened ones, gods, but for all their head knowledge, they're still a bunch of shitheads and assholes that don't really have any concept of how to be loving or any of that. And there's no love in any of their voice. The only love you'll get out of those kinds of people is the bare bones metaphysical knowledge that will help you conceptualize yourself. But even then, that is dependency and that is programming. Even the knowledge they drop is still programming. The sad thing is, Cell Fluid is a very clear thinker. There's nothing there that's faded. You know what I mean? It's clear. I can rarely say that about anybody, that they are a clear thinker. Usually there's emotion involved or some shit. But the truth is, when I listen to him, I start to realize there are underlying emotions. And these underlying emotions are affecting his judgment no different than a regular human being. But he's made it perfectly clear, just like the 13th son made it perfectly clear, that they are there for the God race. They are there for the chosen ones that have the power to leave this dimension and ascend and turn into living energy or a giant bunny, I don't know, whatever the fuck. And so after a while I started realizing that nobody really had the answers. Because if they had the answers, this shit would have been ended. But the irony is that the parasites, the spiritual parasites, the esoteric parasites that were floating around, and some were on me and some were on other people, have been removed. They've either been removed or they've just, I guess, fluttered away. I don't know. So there has been energetic change on the planet. So anyhow, I'm just making a video because I can't sleep, and I still got to try to close my eyes and rest or something. But I really loved people. I really cared, and I really wanted to save them. I was sincere, and these people mock that level of sincerity. Maybe they don't mean to. I like to think they don't, but that's just what it looks like. You know, everybody, even the most demonic, fucked up people, and I've known a few, they do have good intentions. It's just buried behind a bunch of shit. It's buried deep, and some of them won't acknowledge it, but of them do have good intentions, and they say good intentions paves the road to hell, and that's why we are where we are. Good intentions never focus, never manifest, never realized. I earned my bachelor's degree, but I didn't follow up with the career. I didn't read enough books, I didn't push myself hard enough, and that's why I got fucked out of a future. I got into something I didn't fully understand. I thought I had my mind wrapped around it, this career in computers, and the whole thing was a fucking mess. It was a fucking mess. And I really wanted to be a roboticist. I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to build things because I was good at math, and I was good at geometry. I liked working with materials with my hands, making things. I fucked up. I fucked up bad. And I'm paying for it because I kept stuffing myself with all that shit. And now I'm in pain. And I can't sleep. And it's fucking annoying. And then I have nothing else to do, so I start thinking about that interview with Self-Fluid and how he wouldn't address that negative, unholy archon, where if you ask him a serious question, it's always going to be, it's almost like the Moors, the Caucasoid this, the Caucasoid that. Oh, those are irrelevant people. You know, they're not souls, they're not people. One of the other mistakes I made in my life, if any of you can ever learn from this, is to take and adopt all of humanity into your heart at once. To accept people into your heart is to accept all their pain and all their hate and all the other negative shit with them. And that's why I have a different policy. I don't do that anymore. I'm not looking for that anymore. I can't anymore. Because people are dangerous. The system is dangerous too. I always got to check this to see if the battery, I just put brand new batteries in there, and so far they're holding up. I do love everybody. I love Self-Fluid. I love the 13th Son. I love all these beautiful people trying to do the right thing, but god damn it, I listen to you and listen to you, and all I get some esoteric knowledge, I get some hidden knowledge, I get some logic and some thinking outside the norm, analytical, clear thinking. But then I get that ghetto attitude. Fucking ghetto attitude. You know, are you ghetto or are you a god? Are you fucking ghetto or are you a god? And don't give me that you're prejudiced, you're white. You know, if you really think you're a fucking skin color, then you get what you deserve, bitch. The whole lot of you. I never saw myself as a skin color until these kids next door on that night. I don't know if I told you guys the story in another video, but I went out there to ask them to turn it down at about 12:30 or so at night. About 12:30. And they jumped up on my face. It's like 3 of them. 2 girls, little girls, young ones, probably in their early teens, and another teenager boy. And they were like on my ass. All I did was ask them to turn it down. We have an ordinance here that anything after 10 o'clock at night, you have to turn it down. You have to show respect to your neighbors because we sleep. Well, in my case, when we can. And we go to work. And sure enough, that shit is the way it is. That is the way it is. So it doesn't matter if you're black, you can still be a demonic piece of shit. You can still be lost. You can still be fucking retarded, ignorant, blind, stupid, all kinds of shit. And these people that preach, because I think of Self Fluid and the 13th Son as preachers or philosophers. I think of them as heralds of the gods trying to get everybody's attention. But their flaws come out, their flaws, their imperfections. So I'm realizing in my old age, because I am 47 now, I'm realizing that power level doesn't have anything to do with the personality. You can have all the power in the universe and still be an asshole. Or you can be a benevolent, beautiful, divine being and have no real fucking power whatsoever. It's like this reality exists to waste so much potential, so many things. They should have cured diabetes years ago, before it became rampant. They should have identified exactly what the causes were and made an issue of it. But every doctor is silent. They're not making issues of anything. They're trying to sell you another product. They're trying to sell you, like even Self Fluid was trying to get me on Patreon. He said he just wants $5, and yeah, I get it. He wants $5. The Prepared Mind wants $1. 13th Son wanted whatever. He wanted to sell you some shit. Yeah. That's the best preachers that I could find. Self Fluid and 13th Son, and they don't cross over. They don't coexist. I asked him about that unholy archon, because I have that video, the hollow voice. You guys should see my video, the hollow voice. And you tell me what you'd do if you were in my situation, in that fucking seat, listening to that fucking thing tell you what it's going to do to your people. See, I can't claim sainthood anymore. I can't claim sainthood, prophethood. I can't claim any of those fancy titles anymore, because they were all based on that book, that Bible, and I burnt my Bible to break out of those spells, not to go back in. So now when I say something, I'm not saying it as an agent of the Vatican beast. I'm saying it as just a concerned person. I'm just saying, I don't have all the answers, but I do know this. If you guys intend to accomplish anything and come together, as you've suggested time and time again, through the Moorish movement, through this esoteric knowledge, through metaphysical knowledge, the universe that is mentalism, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you really want to accomplish something, you gotta stop wasting your energy worrying about the Caucasoid, worrying about any of this other shit. Look at me, I had diabetes, I was up all night, I was in pain all fucking night. You think I'm gonna let diabetes win? Fuck no. I'm gonna transmute that shit. Why? Because that's what the 13th Son taught me to do. Transmute that energy. Put your intention out there. That's basic magical practice for some people, but for me it was a great revelation. You guys don't understand how deep this shit goes. You think it's dimensions? You think it's matter, energy, perception? Holy shit, it's beyond all that. There's places that are outside this creation that are beyond creation, beyond this entire concept here of perception, reality, or anything. And if you go out there and you're not prepared, you're fucked. Yeah, that's a little 13 in me coming out, right? But don't worry, I'm just a crazy Caucasoid beast, irrelevant. I don't have eyes in my fucking head, right? I can't see or hear the emotions going through these people. My mom traumatized me, and that's how I know I pick up on shit. Because I would pick up on every fucking little thing that would come out of her goddamn mouth. And she would vent, and she would be narcissistic, and she would vent her shit on me. I was basically a what's it called? A punching bag. I was basically a punching bag. One of those voodoo dolls that she would slowly put needles into to torture. Now I don't get empathy or sympathy from Self Fluid or any of those people. Because they're so goddamn tough because they're gods, man, they're beyond this reality. Yeah. I know how you motherfuckers are. I've listened to you for a long time. People just like you. You're all the same. Thank you for your knowledge. That's why I said thanks. Because I'm always thankful for what little or much I can get. I got that from the Lord, I guess. But I expected so much more from myself as well as others. I thought we would win. It turns out there wasn't even a real game down here. It was just this place, this whole dimension, this whole reality creation. It's like World of Warcraft. And some people, they sign on for the game, they download it, and they start off at level 1, they didn't even make it to level 2, and they don't like it, and they leave. I had a friend named Cowdog, and I tried to get her into Star Wars, and I tried to explain how to do things so she can get the feel of it, and she just didn't like it, and she left. And that was it. I don't know what level she made it to, but it was not high. She just left. And she does other games. This world, this reality, this creation, this dimension, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's just another game to these people. It's all just a big fucking game to these people. They don't really give a shit as much as they think. They're here to rescue their god race from that unholy thing, because that unholy thing threatened every soul on the planet. And if I'm just a spirit in a body and not a real soul, then you guys are in fucking trouble, not me. Because I was thinking, if your soul is much more powerful and much more real, then you're a bigger target and a bigger meal for that thing. That or that thing is just a pet of yours that you're keeping under control and using to keep the human race down. Either way you lose, right? So, since nobody's serious, Self Fluid's not going to give me any serious answers. I learned that from that interview, that live stream. And the 13 disappeared, yeah, MIA. For all I know, he's dead. For all I know, or, I don't know. I hope not. I really like the 13th son. I thought he was the most funny motherfucker in the planet. He is the funniest motherfucker. You guys should see his own whole videos. They're so funny. I actually wanted to download all the videos, and I did archive a lot of them. And I wanted to go through and get like the best of the 13th son and have like 3 or 4 hours of just him cracking jokes, you know. just fucking funny. It would be hilarious, man. But a lot of work, yeah. Alright. So anyhow, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And fuck anybody who doesn't love me. Whether they call me a caucasoid, prejudiced, stupid, retarded, ignorant, whatever. Anybody who doesn't love me, go fuck themselves. You don't have to be nice to me, but if I detect there's no love for me in your voice, go fuck yourself. Self Fluid didn't really say anything bad about me or to me, so it's a little bit unfair to him, but I just don't see anything happening, dude. Kind of like the 13 love community. Yeah, virtual community, and you know, they want Bitcoin, which is virtual money. They want virtual nations, but it's not real, because none of it is real. It's all lies, the whole thing. The only thing that I thought was real was the energy, and even then that looks like that's just somebody yanking your chain. Just somebody yanking your fucking chain. And that's hard to conceptualize when you're under the Holy Spirit or even under the unholy Spirit. You know, it's hard to conceptualize that shit. Anyway, for the most part, I'm just playing the part of a big dumb guy that thinks he's spiritual and all that. But I reserve the right to maybe take some aspirins and do my energetics and take care of myself. because deep down inside me there's a dark lord that's looking to come out. And that dark lord of chaos and destruction is probably going to retire as soon as he emerges, because this is some stupid shit down here. Even if I did have something to work with of significant worth, I would be hard pressed to accomplish anything in an economy like this, especially following the Vatican rules. As long as you follow the Vatican rules, you'll never achieve a goddamn thing. Vatican rules, whether you're doing Sovereign God. I still have Joanna Johnston's, I think she changed her name. I don't think she's Joanna Johnston anymore. She's something else. But I never finished her course. I took the first few chapters and I bombed it. I just didn't do anything after that. I have to go back and finish that shit. I signed up for some electronics. I signed up for what the fuck else did I sign up for? Electronics. I don't know. I signed up for some other fucking thing. I forgot. Yeah, I don't remember. I have to look it up. But anyway, they're just videos, but they'll teach me more in a video than I will learn from a fucking book. I'm not a book person, contrary to popular belief. I used to collect books because I love knowledge, but I realized I just never used them, so I got rid of them. I only kept minimal stuff. Anyway, just some thoughts on self-fluid. I don't think I'm gonna bother listening to any more spiritual people. I'm kind of tired of spiritual people. I'm tired of the survivalists that want to mock the government and mock, like the prepared mind. He'll mock the government and all this, but dude, you were in the government. You were a fucking Marine. You were willing to kill for the red, white, and blue. You still are. Why are you mocking that shit? Don't you believe in that shit? See, when I see Trump, all I see is a rich fucker that never worked a day in his life. That, or he just mind-fucked and schmoozed his way to the top. Maybe he just beat down the competition. That's what the monkeys do, right? They beat down the competition with sticks. We're good. Sorry the video's a bit long, but I'm irritated. So anyway, I love everybody, but I just don't see the point anymore. I'm tired of being someone else's idea of spiritual. I'm tired of being somebody else's idea of what's right, what's good. Time to find my own ideas. It's just time to be me. It's time to be John Greer, not Prometheus Gauntlet. Prometheus Gauntlet was a spiritual effort to move forward, to grant myself a certain kind of initiation, you could say. And it just isn't the same. Like making my first lightsaber, that's part of the initiation, right? Whenever Jedi graduates, they don't graduate unless they make their own lightsaber. So, as fake as it is, I was just following with a tradition. And I don't know, I just don't see the point. I look for something different. I look for something better, and all I hear is politics that doesn't affect me. It doesn't. Economic stuff that doesn't change the economy. People giving me reports on the finances, how money is spent and all that, and it's like, dude, they can ruin a nation by transferring their money overseas, and that nation will fall overnight and just collapse upon itself just by taking the money out of the banks. And that's it. So America is just another bank account. That's why I'm saying dependency on this shit is stupid, and wasting your energy with that is stupid. When I do a lightsaber, I'm finishing my initiation, and after that I'll move on to other things. I do want to learn about electronics. I want to make one more lightsaber after that, if I can. And that'll be it, you know? It's just a toy, but it means something to me, just like the ancient ancestors of the, Anu, Hotep, all these guys, I think it's Osiris and Isis, all these people, they mean something. That's your lightsaber, that's your flag, that's your, these ancient names, these ancient rituals. And I respect that, that's cool. I'm not gonna diss you all on having a culture, for crying out loud. I'm just saying that I gotta move on, and I've got serious burdens to bear here that I don't know what's gonna happen. I may wind up losing all my toes, and somewhere out there there's gonna be some black man that hates white people. That white man's gonna lose his toes. That can happen to you one day if you're not careful. You better eat right. Otherwise, maybe I'll see you at the hospital. Right now, I'm under the weather. Eventually, I'll get through this. And when I'll do, I'm just going to do everything I know in and of myself. That's right. Not because I say it, not because of obligations to gods or ancestors, or because it's written down in an old book. I'm going to do it because I choose to do it for my own personal reasons, because I want to help myself and love myself. And these people that are talking this shit, they're going to the meetings, they're showing up at the Moorish meetings, and they're showing up at church, and they're showing up in all these get-togethers, even gamers like me, showing up, just talking shit. That's all it is, just talking shit. So I have to be above diabetes. I cannot allow diabetes to be above me. No matter what I experience, I can't allow diabetes to win. I can't. And nobody understands that until you get fucking diabetes. Then you're gonna know what the hell I'm talking about. Then you're gonna fucking know. Or another disease. The same thing with another disease. Could be cancer, could be anything. I choose to win and rise above it. My choices. Not the 13 Sons, not the cell fluids of the world, not the Moors, not the survivalists like the Prepared Mind and all these other guys out there. Everybody means well. They always mean well. They always try. They always believe. And ultimately, what do they do? What do they do? Do they start an organization of charity? Do they go out door to door and help people? 13 Son was doing that, but I think he was doing it as a glory hound. I don't think he was really doing it because, because you help somebody, okay, fine, people know about it, but you don't gotta be being all show business about it. I mean, just help them and move on to the next person. They know what you did. Your ancestors know what you did. What the hell? On the other hand, I've never had a real good sense of politics. Maybe he's doing it for political reasons. And if so, why should I care? You know what I mean? Anyway, I kept following these people, and I kept thinking that I was going to get this great revelation. I'd be better off just staring at the mirror the rest of my life and taking care of the person in the mirror, who should be my first concern. Not all these other people with their fucking opinions and their smart talk. I mean, they're really smart people and capable people that I know are not going to do a fucking thing for me. Self-fluid will never fucking lift a finger to help me. Neither will the 13th Son. He's there for the God race. Well, good luck. Just make sure after 10 o'clock you better turn that shit down, or I'll call cops on your ass too. God race. Fucking loud. Anyway, Yeah. That's what I love. Not all black people are bad. There's some good black people out there. There's sweet people out there. Unfortunately, my words have always been either empty, confused, or just they fall by the wayside. Nobody gets it. Nobody cares. So anyway, I don't know what this video means to anybody. Maybe it's just me being in pain. But I did have good intention like everybody else out there. And I wasn't an agent, and I wasn't a goddamn charlatan. I just passed on what I learned. I gave it my best shot. You know what I mean? I gave it my best shot in life, in spirit. You know, I trusted the Bible. I trusted the 13th Son. I trusted Self Fluid. I trusted Simon Parks. I trusted all these people. And in the end, it's a very sick, energetic game. There are spirits in that church. He's right. Self Fluid's right. There's the Holy Spirit in that church, and whatever we would call angels running around there doing shit. Can't see them, but you can sure as fuck feel them. If you're sensitive, you can feel them. You can even listen to them too if you get their attention. But anyway, you have to be careful, and you have to deal with your situations first. Don't spend your lives chasing these personalities. I did that for so long, and I'm just so tired of doing it. And I feel like just unsubscribing to everybody that is just political, spiritual, or any of that shit. Because if you guys were really spiritual, you would have your superpowers. If you guys were really political, the system wouldn't be this bad. The demons wouldn't be able to influence the system or the people of the system for it to be this bad if you were truly political or socially responsible in any way. Any of you. Same goes for me. So, yeah. Some of you may have detected that I'm kind of in pain and conflicted and all this. No, I'm just old. I'm 47 years old and I'm tired. I've listened to people my whole life. I've listened for little pieces of wisdom my whole life. And I found the greatest advice you can get. And you know what? It comes out of the mouth of people that see me as a roach. They see me as a bug to be squashed. You know, I live in a very poor area. And there's always a roach in my fucking kitchen every time. Small baby roaches, big roaches. And the first thing I do is I kill them because I just don't want them to populate again. And that's what the human race is to these people. They're just roaches that are going to get killed off. And that's their reality. There's no love there in the 13th Son. There's no love in Self Fluid because they're just going to kill anybody that's sick, broken, unable to move forward. Nobody's going to take anybody by the hand like the Lord would and do that. And even then, the Lord was just an energetic archon. He wasn't a real person. He was just an archon. He was like a thought projection. You know, I needed the Savior. I needed a Savior. So I imagined a Savior, and that Savior became real. That energy formed, and it was part of the universal energy or the Holy Spirit energy. But the thing is, even that is being yanked on. Even that's being compromised. So I'm getting out of the politics, and I'm getting out of the spiritual movement simply because there's nobody spiritual out there. If you want spiritual, care. If you want spiritual, care. If you want energetic, do Tai Chi, you know. If you want energetic, just go ahead and do something. You know, something that moves your energy. You can clap and jump up and down, that moves your energy. Or you can do what I do and try to use your consciousness, go within your body, within your mind, your heart, your soul, and try to push out your energy, move your energy, the surface of your body, inside your body, Feel your blood, feel your heart, feel your lungs. Breathe deeply. Know the mechanization of your beingness. Or you can just sit there in the mirror and stare at yourself like I did. Or I did earlier. But I told myself I love myself no matter what the fuck you did, no matter who the hell you are, or what the hell has happened. I love you no matter what. That's what I told myself. And a lot of people won't do that. A lot of people, they really hate themselves. That's one thing I like about 13th Son. He did make a good point. We were trained, taught, brainwashed to hate ourselves for no good reason by a bunch of narcissists. My mom's one of them. But I'm at peace with my mom right now on the surface, simply because she's old and she's sick and she's tired. And my mom won't be with us very long. She's just old. She's gonna go, and I just don't want to. I don't want her to go if I know she's not gonna face the truth of what she did or didn't do. I just want her to go in peace and let it be done, you know. And I wouldn't be surprised that if at a higher level these gods are thinking the same thing. Just let the human race die. Just let it go already. So when I was a Christian, I had total faith in the Bible and all that, and there was a false hope because nobody really helped me as much as I thought I did. I got the occasional miracle, almost as though it was just like them trying to keep me occupied or giving me the minimum. But yeah, the only real project I have besides making my Initiate lightsaber, I might make two, I don't know. I might make a prop and then experiment with another one. But other than that, I really got nothing else. I have one video game objective, and after that I might discontinue the damn subscription and just get out of it. I might even get rid of the fucking internet, because the guaranteed student loan's coming up soon, and you know, I'd be better off just buying a laptop and going into Taco Cabana, having a taco, and getting online and paying my bills that way. Fuck it, you know. Fuck it. Fuck the whole goddamn thing. Because what do I do online, you know? But on the other hand, I do want to take those online courses, and I might keep the internet for that reason. You know, when I get serious. I keep doing the entertainment thing, and I'm just not entertained anymore. Nothing funny, nothing surprising. There's really nothing new under the sun for me anymore. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks if you did manage to see the whole video. Thank you, and I hope you got something out of it, and I hope you think I'm not crazy, but wouldn't be the first person to think I'm nuts for no good reason. There's always somebody that's judging your ass. But contrary to popular belief, I do love you, and I wish I could do more to help people. Unfortunately, I can barely help myself. So hang in there, and I hope the sound isn't too bad. Alright, good night, guys. I'm ending it here before the camera gives out. Bye-bye.